In 1989, the Cold War was ending. The Berlin Wall was about to fall. But deep beneath the surface of the Pacific Ocean, the U.S. Navy was still waiting for a war to start. They had built a secret surveillance network called SOSUS, the Sound Surveillance System. It was a web of hydrophones anchored to the sea floor, designed to listen for the specific acoustic signature of Soviet nuclear submarines moving through the dark. But in late 1989, the analysts at Whidbey Island Naval Station picked up a signal that shouldn't exist. It wasn't the mechanical churn of a propeller. It wasn't the grinding of tectonic plates. It was biological. It was a voice. But the pattern was completely wrong. Blue whales, the largest animals to ever live, call at a frequency of 10 to 39 Hertz. Fin whales, the second largest, call at a rhythmic 20 Hertz. These sounds are so deep they are below the threshold of human hearing. They are felt rather than heard. But this signal was hitting 52 Hertz. To a human ear, sped up, it sounds like a low, tuba-like hum. But to other whales, it is a scream. It is as distinct as a flute playing in a room full of bass drums. They nicknamed the source 52 Blue, and for the next 12 years, the Navy and later scientists from Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute tracked him. They watched his signature appear on their screens, swimming back and forth across the North Pacific, calling out every single day. And for 12 years, no one answered. I'm the Abyssal Archive. Today, we aren't looking for monsters that eat ships. We are looking for a creature that proves how little we understand about our own planet. To understand why this story is a tragedy, you have to understand the physics of the ocean. You see, sound doesn't just travel through water. If you go deep enough, it gets trapped. There is a layer of water, typically found between 600 and 1,200 meters deep in the Pacific, called the SOFAR channel, short for sound fixing and ranging. This channel acts like a fiber optic cable for sound. It's a refractive waveguide created by the perfect balance of temperature and pressure. Sound waves trapped here don't scatter, they focus. A low-frequency sound generated in this channel can travel for thousands of miles without losing its energy. In 1944, scientists detonated a small explosive charge in the SOFAR channel near the Bahamas. The sound was detected 4,000 kilometers away in West Africa. Whales know this. They dive down to this specific layer to broadcast their songs across entire ocean basins. It is the Internet of the deep. A female blue whale off California can theoretically hear a male whale singing in Hawaii, provided they are both logged on to the channel. But, dramatically, 52 Blue creates a physics problem. His call is 52 Hertz. While this is still low frequency, it behaves differently than the ultra-low 20 Hertz calls of his cousins. Higher frequency sounds attenuate or fade faster in the ocean. But worse, it's about the language itself. Blue whales sing in long, drawn-out moans that last for 15 to 30 seconds. 52 Blue? He sings in short, rapid bursts, 2 to 6 seconds long.
It's like he's speaking a dialect that is frantic, rushed, desperate. While other whales are singing operatic ballads that drift for days, he is shouting staccato Morse code. Even if other whales physically hear the sound, because their ears can detect 52 Hertz, they likely don't recognize it as a whale. To them, he isn't a rival, or a mate, or a brother. He is just static in the channel.
But the strangeness doesn't stop at his voice. If you look at the tracking data released by Dr. William Watkins, the man who spent 12 years studying this ghost, you realize 52 Blue is broken in more ways than one. Blue whales are creatures of tradition. They follow seasonal highways, feeding in the rich waters of the Aleutians in the summer, and breeding in the warm waters of Baja or Costa Rica in the winter. They travel in predictable patterns. 52 Blue never stops. His tracking line is a chaotic scribble across the Pacific. In the 2002-2003 season alone, he traveled over 11,000 kilometers. He wanders from Alaska to Oregon to California, sometimes swimming over 40 miles a day, every day, for months. He has no season. He has no destination. Biologists noted something chilling in the logs. He never stays in one place long enough to feed like a normal whale. Normal whales find a patch of krill and linger. 52 Blue is constantly on the move. It paints a picture of a creature that is looking for something specific, a landmark, a mate, a family that simply isn't there. So, what is he? Science has 3 theories. Theory 1, the hybrid. We know blue whales and fin whales can interbreed. The offspring is a massive genetic anomaly. It is possible 52 Blue is the child of 2 worlds, born with a vocal structure that doesn't fit either parent. His body might look like a fin whale, but his instincts are blue. This would explain the migration. If a blue whale's instinct says go south, and a fin whale's instinct says stay north, a hybrid might be trapped in a permanent state of navigational confusion. He is literally torn between 2 maps. Theory 2, the malformation. Maybe he is deaf. Imagine walking through a crowded city shouting hello, but you can't hear anyone answering back. So you just keep shouting, louder and higher, hoping that eventually someone will tap you on the shoulder. Theory 3, the last of his kind. What if 52 Hertz wasn't always an anomaly? What if it was the standard language for a subspecies we hunted to extinction before we even invented the hydrophone? For decades, 52 Blue was just a ghost in the data. But in 2015, a filmmaker named Joshua Zeman and a team of scientists decided to do the impossible. They went to find him. They had access to classified Navy data that narrowed down his location to the Channel Islands off the coast of California. They had the technology. They had the best bioacousticians in the world. But the ocean doesn't give up its secrets easily. The team deployed sonobuoys, floating microphones, to triangulate his position. They heard him faintly, a 52 Hertz call ringing out in the deep. But then, reality set in. The Santa Barbara Channel is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. As soon as they picked up the signal, the computer screens turned red. The
The sound of massive cargo ships, their propellers churning the water, completely obliterated the whale's call. It was a cruel irony. The only time humans tried to listen to him, our own noise drowned him out. This is the cocktail party effect. Imagine trying to have a conversation in a nightclub where the music is deafening. 52 Blue was screaming, and we were drowning him out with the sound of our commerce. But then, a break. The noise cleared. They had a vector. The team raced toward the coordinates. They launched a drone, and there, just beneath the surface, they saw a whale. It wasn't a blue. It wasn't a fin. It looked different. They managed to get close enough to tag it. They attached a suction cup sensor to its back. They had him, so they thought. But the whale dove, and he kept swimming. When they analyzed the data later, they confirmed the whale was a hybrid, a blue-fin mix. But they never got the smoking gun. They never got the camera shot of that specific whale's throat vibrating at 52 Hertz. He was there. They touched him, and then he slipped back into the void. The expedition proved that hybrids exist. It proved they're out there. But 52 Blue, he remained a ghost.
We want 52 Blue to be lonely. We project our own isolation onto him. We see him as the ultimate outcast. But science has recently revealed a twist that changes everything. In 2010, sensors off the coast of California picked up something impossible. They recorded 52 Hertz calls from 2 different locations at the same time. If there are 2 distinct sources separated by miles, then 52 Blue isn't a singular freak of nature. The leading theory now isn't that he's the last of his kind. It's that he is the first of a new kind. If fin and blue whales are hybridizing more often, perhaps because climate change and whaling have forced their populations together, then 52 Blue might not be alone at all. He might be speaking a new dialect, a pidgin language developed by a secret society of hybrids. Over the last 30 years, the frequency of his call has dropped from 52 Hertz to about 47 Hertz. This deepening of the voice suggests he has matured, he has grown up, he has survived decades in the harshest environment on Earth. He isn't swimming in circles crying for help. He is swimming with a purpose. Maybe the tragedy wasn't that he was calling out to no one. Maybe the tragedy was that we were the ones who couldn't hear the others answering.
We look for sea monsters because we want to be scared. We want to believe there are leviathans with teeth waiting in the dark. But 52 Blue is a different kind of monster. He represents the horror of being misunderstood. He is proof that you can be the biggest thing in the world, capable of sending your voice across entire oceans and still remain effectively invisible. Whether he is a lonely wanderer or the pioneer of a new species, 52 Blue is still swimming. If you could send a message down the SOFAR channel, knowing he might actually hear it, what would you say? Tell me in the comments. I'm the Abyssal Archive. Don't let the silence get to you.